In the UK, the job market for 16 to 25-year-olds rose to 16.1% in October to December of 2025. 37% of young people have been out of work for over 6 months, a 124% rise in over 3 years. And old people say it's easy to get a job. Listen, approaching my mid-20s, I discovered something, and it's only when my girlfriend experienced this that I realized something. She had been out of job for a while, and I've known many people like this, and the entry requirements for entry-level jobs, that's your supermarkets, fast food spots, hospitality, their entry requirements are the same as entry-level corporate jobs. Why? They want a higher skill gap for a lower pay, and it just doesn't work. Because you need to develop those skills, you need to have an entry-level job. And I was the same. 3 or 4 years ago now, I was working in a supermarket, and it took me ages to get that job because I was out of my previous job. I got let go from there, and I was trying to find a new one, and no one would take me. When I first turned 18, I was doing night shift and warehouse jobs because those were the only places hiring. Supermarkets didn't want to hire me because I didn't have the correct experience. I had the qualifications, sure, I had good A-levels, but they just didn't want me because I didn't have experience. So I discovered something. I have a decent job now. I've got a good career going for me. I'm a project manager. But the reason why I have that job is because I took the jump. When I say that, I mean that if the entry requirements for a supermarket, hospitality or fast food place is the same as an entry-level corporate job, just go for the corporate job. Go for the one that's going to pay more. Go for the job that you want and go for the entry-level position no matter what age you are, because you're more likely to get it. Everybody's applying to Tesco. Everybody's applying to the fast food spot. Everybody's applying in hospitality. Go for the harder job. Now I know some of you are going to listen to that and be like, well, I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. Or it should be easy. You're right. It should be easy, but it's not. It's not. Us as young people have been screwed over and we've been fucked over, and we have to do the best with what we have. And a lot of us are trying, and some of us may not be seeing the fruits of our labor, but we will. That statistic, that 124% rise in over 3 years, is crazy. That's post-COVID. So that's from 2022 to now. How? Why? Right? And it's our governments. Now, I'm not going to get too political, but as a young person, it's a lot harder for us. So, go for the harder job. Go for the job that you want. Do the thing that you want. Because if it takes just as much effort as it does to work at the supermarket, what's the point? Go for the job. Go for the job that gives you your weekends. Go for the jobs that gives you the result that you want. Everybody's applying to Tesco. Not everybody's applying to the job that you want. You know, if you want to be an accountant, look for an accountant apprenticeship. Apprenticeships are honestly a godsend. I'm doing an apprenticeship at the moment, and I've done my apprenticeship, and it's a godsend. It's an honest godsend, because doing what I want, doing what I see myself doing, and learning new skills and having a job, like getting paid for it, like that's cool. Obviously you need money to live and all of that, that's fine, but doing these things and living in this world, it's nice. I used to work 2 jobs. I used to work at a supermarket and this job, and the entry requirements are just ridiculous. Right, you've got You've got people that are there because they're going to uni or whatever, and that's fine, but why would an 18-year-old have X amount of experience? That doesn't make sense. So go for the harder job, because in life, if you go for the harder thing, if you go for the thing that gives you the reward you want, you're more likely to put more effort into it. I was chasing up this job every single week. You know, calling the contact, being like, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? That determination alone got me an interview. Now, I had a good resume and learn how to build your resume, but just go for the job and just keep going at it. Because if you have the determination to get what you want, then there's nothing that can stop you, in the sense that, oh, I don't have this skill for the job. Then learn the skill. Go hard at that skill till you know it. I used to be terrified, right? I used to be terrified because I used to think that I would be expected to handle all these tasks, but now you're eased into it. It's not like a supermarket role where they show you how to stack a couple shelves and they shove the whole shop at you. Now, like, they ease you. You're like, okay, here's this task, here's this task, here's this task. This task relates to that task, and you get eased into it until you pick up the job. See, these entry-level roles there's starting to be a shift, I think, where the harder the role is, the easier it might be to get. Because people are intimidated by it, so they don't apply. Just apply, see what happens. Chase it up. Research the company. And once you do that enough times, you'll get an interview. See, my girlfriend, she's doing the job that she loves right now, because I said to her, look, just apply for this job. I know you're scared. I know that you may think that they don't want you, but just apply. And it was easier for her to get that job than to work at a supermarket. Why? Because she cared about it, she put in the effort, and she did it. She wasn't just blindly sending out her resume to different things. She was taking time to research, taking time to know about the company and all these different things. Because she wants to work in that field, she was already knowledgeable, so she was enthusiastic. So she got the job. You're not enthusiastic to work at Tesco, so you may not get the job. But you just need to work hard. Actually, no. Everybody always says work hard, and it's kind of like a bit disingenuous, because it's like, of course you're working hard. However, go for the harder position, because that will make you work harder to get it, and you'll want it. Why are you going for things that you don't want? Because when you get them, you don't want to keep it. Because the moment you get that Tesco job, you're thinking, how am I going to leave? The moment you get that Tesco job, you're thinking, right, okay, what's my next step? Working for a company isn't bad. We've been told this lie on social media, or sold this image on social media, where it's, you got to always work for yourself. Now you can do both. If you want to work in a certain field, then go for it. It's part of your own self-development, and that's important. But anyway, go for the harder job. You'll get it. The job market is fucked right now, and there's starting to be a shift. So as I said in the beginning, it takes the same amount of requirements to work at Tesco as it does to work for your dream job. Go for the dream job. It may take you a couple of years to get to the position you want, but hey, it's better than working weekends, right? In a place that you don't want to work weekends. In a place that you don't feel like you belong, or you don't want to be. Because the social is great at those jobs, but come on now. Anyway, keep on keeping on, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.